Hello, it's Roger, my good friends, Mudfossil University, and today we're going to be attacking Mr. Einstein's neighborhood. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood is going after Mr. Einstein's neighborhood. Now, I'm going to let this play a little bit. You see, this is tractor beam magnets, the simplest toy, and it's because of electron flooding. That's quantum mechanics. Now, I understand this very, very well now. I have gone through so much of this stuff. He's creating heat right now, and we're pumping in things, and other things are coming in and shaking, and all the things vibrating. That's friction, and all of a sudden it takes off. That's light. Now, I have got so much evidence to show, and like I say, Mr. Rogers' universe is attacking Mr. Einstein's universe. So here we go. We got a new atomic model. Stay with me. Comes out. It can be accelerated. It can be turned into plasma. It can show Higgs bosons. It can be showed spinning to the right. It can be showed as a particle, and it can also show that light itself can be split into an unknown particle. Now, that's my universe. Let's see what Mr. Einstein has in his universe. Okay, now we're entering Mr. Einstein's universe. Okay, my good friends, Roger once again talking about the particles that leave the sun and interact with the Earth or things that they may encounter in space on their way and collide with them, causing them to glow and heat and so forth. So let's talk about, because I'm talking with these very, very intelligent people. They think they know a lot about light and heat and baryons and fermions and quarks and leptons and all this kind of dark gluey substances that we think of as matter. Well, I say it's 100% wrong. So I come at it sort of a little bit kind of aggressively, and it rarely works. But here is my take. From the sun, it is so perturbated and so shaky and so violated and so in extreme chaos that particles are thrown off, and primarily the lightest particles, which are the electrons, which surround the atoms. Now, those particles flow away because they're being pushed away. And as they're flowing through space, they're still particles, they still have energy, but they're dark. So they're dark matter and dark energy. Now, those particles eventually concuss with some material that has coalesced into matter or gases in atmospheres or matter, solid matter. And when they do, they create all these showers of colors because they're different size particles, literally. And I'm going to explain that. Those different sized particles have different concussion values and different colors. Right? There's 9 different values, and I will go into this in great detail. I have a lot of detail. I'm going to go into I have a lot of detail on this, and they have none, 0. It's all guesses and guessed based on the fact that light has no mass. That's what Einstein said. He said it travels at the exact same speed, wrong, and it has no mass, wrong, and it is a duality, particle and wave, wrong. All those things are wrong. It is particles, they have a weight, they have a mass. And then he said, oh, no, you don't understand the equation. E equals mc squared. I said, I understand it. It says energy equals m times c squared. And if m is 0 times c squared, that means 0. That means energy equals 0. That means light has no energy. It's its own equation. And they say, oh, you don't understand. I said, that's correct. Because it's not understandable. And they say, no, you don't understand because light has no mass until you start moving it. I said, oh, that's a very, very interesting observation. What are you moving? What is this massless thing that you begin to move? What is massless that can move? Well, it's then they go back into this perturbating, floppy, waving, electromagnetic. It's absolute nonsense. What is moving from here to here is a particle. Case closed. It's an electron. It can concuss with anything out here or here or here, but it does not concuss with its own type, which are negative particles flowing through space. That's why space is dark. It has to hit with something that has complete core. It has to have a nucleus, and it has to be down where stuff collects, or the moon, or the astronauts, or the space station, or a comet, or meteors. They all will be seen planets because they concuss the particles that have been emanated from the sun. They are not nothing, and light is not massless. They claim that an electron weighs 0.00055 atomic mass units. I'll go with that. That's fine. But I know there are also species of electrons. There's not just one single electron. The different colors are the different electron densities, and that means the different density of electron allows it to concuss at a different impact, which gives it a different color. And that gives it a different Fraunhofer line. And that's why they emit and suck them back in at the exact same frequency, because that frequency is the weight. And that weight means that it will have a resonance distance, a frequency, a distance, a wavelength that will be at a certain distance from the atomic core. There's 9 different species, 9 different weights of electrons. That's my statement. And that allows an enormous variety of building blocks to make chemistry that we see is so exquisite. You can't do it with just one little this and one little that. Trust me, this is, and again, I'm going to go into all the angularities, the polarities, the crystal shapes, how they combine, how they attract, how they move magnetism around themselves, how they concuss, how they spin. I'm going to go through all of that stuff. All right, stay with me. Now, the light research is an offshoot of the Mudfossil research when I discovered mud fossils, which are petrified human flesh, and giants of all kinds of creatures. But I found human giants, and I had them DNA certified, and not one person in academia will respond to this stuff. That's why I'm saying I have lost my grace, and I have become jaded to academia. They are not here to help you learn. They are here to take your money and to force you into their way of thinking, which dismisses God and claims them as your masters. I told you I lost my grace. Also, University does research to brains too, and we just got this brain from Einstein's estate, and we are analyzing the layers of his brain. You see that when brains fossilize, they actually have layers. We are built like layer cakes. Mudfossil University has research nobody is aware of. That is the sinus membrane, that is the esophagus, that is the tongue, that is the synovial membrane removed. These are the sinus cavities. That is the layering of the brain. That is a fossilized brain. Now, stay tuned, because we're going to go back into Mr. Einstein's neighborhood, and he's in big trouble, because we're going to call this one the death blow.